For example, the costumes and things, is it really classical? Is that the costumes? Oh wow!
Biedermeier, like
yeah.
huge boobs up to like, the whole thing. The whole thing. And Jeanne in Maison à Vendre, Haus zu verkaufen.
Okay.
Jeanne is a teenager, hormones, love, first love.
Yeah.
She met this guy, Darmon, in Paris. And then, back then they didn't have like phones and they couldn't text each other.
After lunch, it's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and there's 4, 5, 6 hours left before the performance. A very light, low-grade depression sets in.
Really?
Yes.
My goodness.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so.
This is a first.
Really? I
I
think there were others that just did not admit this.
Probably, yeah.
And I remember that same day, I think I was participating in a competition in Italy online, and I didn't win. And I was super sad that day. And even my mom called. She's like, "So yeah, you didn't win. I'm a bit sad. Like, it doesn't go so well for you, huh?" And I'm like, "Thanks, mom." And then
That's the mom for you.
Yeah, mom is always there for you to support. She's like, "Not going well, huh, girl? Like, do something about it." I'm like, "Well, mom, I'm doing it best I can."
It's just to keep you grounded, yeah.
Yeah, she's not like, it's one of the competitions. She's like, pretty bad, not proud of me. And then the same day, like late in the evening, and when
I have a very specific routine of getting dressed. So I like to get dressed slowly and bit by bit. Of course, I'm not just sitting in my dressing room naked, so don't worry.
Okay.
It's all very calm. But it's about the slow moving, because the rehearsal process in the day it can sometimes get quite intense. But it's really nice to have that moment then to just, okay, I like to start with. I'm going to do. I'll do my trousers half an hour before, and then the shirt 15 minutes before, and then the shoes 5 minutes before, and then the tie just as I'm going on. And I never put on my conducting jacket until I am right at the pit door, until the very last minute. I like putting that on actually when I hear the oboist A, when the orchestra's tuning up.
To be totally normal. I have my same breakfast. I play my same cell phone games. And then when it's time to get there, I waltz to the Sleeping Beauty song. The I Know You. I just waltz. It keeps me in my rhythm. It keeps me feeling the ground. It keeps me breathing. So I just kind of close my eyes, look like a weirdo, and do my little waltz.
Oh, okay. So anybody who sees you waltzing through the streets of Vienna knows you're on your way to a performance.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's great.
For example, I love boxing.
Really?
And I do some, yes. I do boxing because it's a concentration, and you are not concentrate, you receive a punch in your nose, and then you will learn. I mean, in life.
What? I would never have thought that you did boxing.
Yeah. I do this from 3-4 years ago. I mean,
you say, I'm sure many times I'm too excited and I say all kinds of stupid things, but that's part of it, because you went through all this experience of playing life, and then it's over now and blah, 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 blah. And I'm sure I talk too much after the concert. But before the concert, please, if you're watching this video, don't talk to me and don't shake my hand.
Well, I don't even need a concert. I'd say stupid things anyway, every day. So.
Well, welcome to the club. Yeah.
Oh, this is great. Well, I'm sure. Well, you never know. You mentioned it now, and it might come, you know. So
You never know.
because it seems to me your career goes like that. You do things so gradually. So maybe the next project is a lovely film that you work on. You'll have to let me
Maybe.
know.
That would be nice.
We'll have to talk again when that happens.
Yeah.
That your body wasn't used to pushing itself to that extent. Is that your cat?
Yes.
See?
He needs some attention. Say hello.
Oh, maybe. Oh, he's so sweet. Yeah, so,
am I going to do with this or that? Yeah. What design am I going to do? Yeah. So that is, it is a little bit of an obsession to be.
So the expression "you're fiddling around" is quite applicable to you.
Probably a good expression around here. Yeah.
In about 300 years' time, somebody will do an interview with somebody and they will say, well, we found Andrew Ryan's records.
That would be a great joy to me. I hope we're still here in 300 years. I hope humanity is still here and that we're playing music.
I'm in Kandersteg, Switzerland. And it was really nice. The first week I was here, I stayed in a beautiful little hotel called Hotel zur Post. And the hotelier is a lovely, lovely gentleman named Thomas said to me, I said, I never heard of Kandersteg until the Berlin Opera Academy was going to come here, et cetera, et cetera. And he said, yes, you never heard. And don't tell anyone.
Oh.
Isn't that great?
I'm Floris. I am the violinist in the group. We are the brothers, Dries and Gert. Dries is playing the bass guitar. I'm playing the guitar and piano and electronics.
And I'm Simon, and I'm the drummer.
Oh, Simon, you look like the drummer of the band because the drummer is also always the chilled one.
But before, I thought I wake up, I was in Belgrade, so my mom is there, and I tell her, Mom, don't ask me anything, I need to be silent until the evening, so just make me food and let me rest. And she's like, no problem, everything fine. But then you understand, no, we're just normal people and you don't need to ritual. I think it's all here. I really believe.
I take a couple deep breaths, do a little yoga, and then I'm all set.
Really? You sound like a very uncomplicated person.
Yeah.
You just go through life. That's all. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
I love that.
There is stuff like that for men. But I haven't seen anything for women. Maybe that's what I should start.
Yeah. Well, I would say the off-shoulder range we will call Kristen.
Yeah. Along with the bees.
Oh, I just see a business coming up here. So
our cellist Jonas, he is from Prague.
Oh, I see. Okay.
He's available today. Yeah.
And now, how do you rehearse when he's not there?
We don't. There are things you can rehearse. Sometimes I even rehearse with Tiffany at home because obviously in a lot of repertoire you have things where the two violins are either unison.
Even when I was 13, I even spent one night in jail because I got caught from the police like doing graffiti. And this was the last thing that I would think of, okay, that I would make money with this, Yeah. But the funny thing is that from my hometown where I actually spent the night in jail, there's a big company called Recaro. They make all the seats in the airplanes. And they later invited me to come to my hometown to draw. And I thought, this is such a cool story. I'm going to tell the local newspaper, and they actually make a huge story about this. That the graffiti boy now coming back with no paid.
First they throw you in jail. Now they invite you. That's the way it goes. Yeah. I'm so glad I know now of this new technology, or this new virtual technology.
Yeah, it's really you'll go down the rabbit hole quickly.
Yeah. I'm actually going to tell my son this because he doesn't know about it. And for the first time, his mum is going to know something he doesn't.
I love it. How old's your son?
Pardon?
How old's your son?
He's 23 and he's a gamer. He's a very serious gamer, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
But it is nice you can tell the story where you had the idea.
Tell me.
It was in the supermarket. You told me.
Yeah. It was. Yes. It was 2-3 days when I returned from Innsbruck, from Vienna after getting this offer in February, and then where's Oliver?
Is Rosie there?
Oh, she's always with me, aren't you? Here. Look who it is.
Hello, Rosie. Oh,
This is her place.
Adorable.
Whenever I work, this is her place. I only get about half of my seat. She takes the rest, don't you?
No, you should say the other way around. You take half of her seat, I think. I'm just wondering, if you go and buy a shirt in the shop, do you actually stand and conduct to see if the shirt...
Yes.
You
We do that, but we try not to do that in public, We do it in a safe, inside the
environment.
But yes, I do open the eyes. I'm like, oh. And then if you gain some weight and it's like, oh my God, also the weight. So it's everything together, You have to conduct.
This was so wonderful to talk to you, and I hope that I can one day see one of your musicals.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Have you seen Cats now in Vienna already?
Yes, I did. Yeah, of course, I had to. It was actually the first live performance of Cats that I've ever seen.
Really?
And it was like a childhood. A fulfilling moment, and it was really sweet because some of the cast members answered to my story that I posted on Instagram, because now I already know some performers in the musical world. They didn't know me personally, but it was really a fun experience to me to see, like, okay, now I already got a bit further to those people, because they are talking to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so wonderful. Yeah. Just in our last question, do you kiss each other before you start playing?
Yes.
You do?
We do.
Okay.
It's important to remember that you love each other before you get into all that.
Yeah. That's beautiful. I love that.
I also became a dad 2 months ago. So
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. So that's also
that's
something.
So wonderful.
Yeah.
Is it a boy or a girl?
It's a girl. She's called Ella.
Ella. Ella is going to be so lucky with a dad that writes beautiful songs.
Yes. We already make music together. It's really just a little sunshine. I love her really much.
Oh.
Here it is right here.
Oh, wow. There's the violin. Hold it up a little bit higher. Let me see. Oh, beautiful.
This is an interesting instrument because it's a copy of one of the great Stradivari from 1715.
Yeah.
But it was made by one of the top American makers, and I communicated with him through Facebook Messenger. So the birth of this violin happened through the internet.
Yeah. Commissioning. Oh, hello.
Hello, cat. What is the cat's name?
Louis. He's named after Louis Armstrong.
Oh, Louis.
Louis. Yeah. So we have a Louis and an Ella, or
Louis
Ella Fitzgerald.
Oh, okay.
I said I have to take my jacket off, and then with this naked arms and this, and I have to look in as a sort of rock star and an evil rock star or something like that.
Will you please post pictures on Facebook? I would so love.
Yeah, sure.
this.
If I do good,
I would love
and I will have blonde hair and.
Oh, really?
kind of a sponsor of mine, and she's almost like a grandmother to me. She bought my Steinway, and so that I was able to become a Steinway artist recently. And she lives in San Diego, and she's a big bridge player. She taught me to play bridge when we were in Europe together. She was only 87 years old. That was about 8 years ago, and she was teaching me to play bridge. And she plays at a bridge club, and all the ladies are from South Africa. And in San Diego, it's a big. In San Diego, they have a huge, just north of San Diego, huge South African population. I used to play for all of them. They were so nice, and most of them were from. They call it Joburg. They were from Joburg, but I have also.
But you have to come to Vienna and
I
do
do.
something here.
I know. You have to organize it for me, Petra.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Let's send out good vibes from here. Well, a few people who have made wishes on my interviews, those wishes have come true. So I never say never. Never say never. I might see you in Vienna. Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, I wish to be in Vienna.
Yeah, that's good, David. You said it.
Yes.
That's interesting. Yeah, but that's interesting if the socks are a different color, because of course that would be noticed when you're with your feet on the pedal.
Exactly. Yeah. That's quite funny. The comments you get sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's your socks and not the playing. No.
But Leon, I wish you so much success, and I think you are so. I just have to say, this is my dog snoring at the background. I don't know if you can hear her snore. Lily. She's snoring away.
I have also a cat. She's not here.
Oh, is it? Oh. So that you just have Zoom open.
It's mostly my shopping, but it's mostly all my shopping. But ever since the pandemic, it just has not stopped. Like, the online shopping has just not stopped. It's good for the economy, but it's so bad for my bank account.
Kanye is saving the world from an economic disaster.
Exactly. One clothing item at a time. One shopping spree at a time. My God.
I was talking with him and I was telling him about, I don't know if I should play an encore. I haven't asked, but I don't want to ask because they might say no if I ask. It's easier to get forgiveness than permission. So I said, what do you think? I was thinking of playing Great Balls of Fire. He goes, Charlie, I haven't worked here very long. Do it. And so it turns out that he had worked there a long time. He'd worked there for like 30 or 40 years and had seen every Isaac, he'd seen all the great artists ever go through, And anyway, I performed the concerto and then I played Great Balls of Fire afterwards, and you had never seen so many screaming, people in that. It was great.
Our bakery is one of 5, I think, in Munich city. The other bakeries for Munich are around Munich, not inside.
Oh, I see. Okay, and do people now, after they heard you baked for the Queen, do they come especially for the Stollen?
Yes, they always say, I want to buy the Queen Stollen.
Oh, this is great that you have this strong attitude, the strong principles about the cooking and about the food.
I had one nice story. I had a waiter on Oktoberfest, and she was really, really busy coming in and say, "Oh, I have vegan people outside. What we can serve them?" And I was about to tell them, "Go in another tent," because I don't speak vegan. We are on Oktoberfest. We have beer, we have burgers, we are famous for these foods. And I'm not famous for serving vegan and vegetarian things. You can have Käsespätzle, Kaiserschmarrn, no problem, but I don't cook for you vegetables.
And then originally, Alfie Boe was going to sing the very last line. And then Dame Vera recorded this line that said, "And we will meet again some sunny day." And I just said, I rang up Alfie Boe and I said, "Sorry, Alfie, I've got to put Vera in this last line." Because it was just so perfect,
Amazing.
Then the end of the
the night was, okay, we've talked so much about love, but actually at the moment, and for me right now, the most beautiful love story I can tell is you. And then I sang this song, and it was just, and everyone in the, it was emotional.
Oh my goodness! I mean, I'm in love with love. So this would have been. I would have loved to be there.
We are arguing constantly, and I think people think we are actually fighting. It sounds like we're fighting, but it's not. We are just arguing, and I will never agree with her. And in the end, I will do precisely what she told me. I never matter that I'm agreeing, but in the end, I'm always doing what she's telling me.
This sounds very much like me and my daughter. So
absolutely.
But I'm sure I'm going to see you in Vienna in 2022.
Yeah. You will be the first one. I will tell you when they call me for the next engagement.
It's one of my favorite things. I don't know if you have this, but we do breakfast, and it's called breakfast casserole. Have you ever heard of that?
No, tell me. That sounds
you're gonna laugh. It's such an American fat person thing to say. It's eggs, sausage, tons of cheese, and it's all breaded around it, and it's baked in an oven. And it's called breakfast casserole. All the Americans are now cheering right now because they love it, but I didn't know if it was popular other places.
Yes, and I heard you sing Queen of the Night from the
Yes, I love the Queen of the Night.
Beautiful. I couldn't believe that at your age that you could sing so beautifully.
Thank you. And you know, the funny thing, my grandmother says that I am the Queen of the Night with braces.
Oh, okay. What are your plans for Christmas?
For Christmas, it is an evening with the family. I have two small daughters, and the little one believe in Santa Claus.
Oh yeah.
And the 7-year-old one doesn't believe now, but everyone will wait for Santa Claus.
Are you going to dress up as Santa Claus?
Yes, I was really a ballet dancer professional immediately, but I was playing the piano all the time because in the company we are needing the pianist, and sometimes the pianist is not in the class because maybe is not in good condition because has the problem or blah blah blah. Ruben, please play the piano for us, and so I play the piano for everybody, for Baryshnikov, for Vasiliev, Roland Petit, Gigi Jean-Mer, for the glorious, the ballet dancer all the time. So it's something that was together.
And he sang his little song, and the ladies all sang Vilia. And I had the last bit of the Vilia, the last verse that I sang. I sang it.
Oh, beautiful.
It's supposed to stop with a very soft note, you know.
Yeah.
But I thought, this is Gala. I'm not going to sing that note softly. I'm going to give them a big noise. And I brought the house down with that big noise, singing Vilia with a loud note instead of doing it softly.
Well, you have to do your thing. And
we met in the studio in Zurich. Yeah, and we've been together since.
So, and it was like love at first sight.
I would say it was, but somebody was a little bit weird, trying hard to get.
Of course. We need to do that like women.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then I checked, and it's like, yeah, but it's cold. And then I checked Durban, and it was like 27, 28 degrees. I'm like, Sunny, that's not winter, that's summer.
So people were looking at us like we're crazy in the morning in the sea. They were saying in Zulu, "Hey, you're swimming so early," and I was just like, "Yeah, yeah."
What are you planning for
Okay,
Christmas?
let me start. Let me start.
Oh God, don't embarrass
You
me.
know, in South Africa, Christmas is like it's not so like in Europe, the decoration in the house, the present, the clouds, this thing that they do here.
Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus. We go to church, we cook, we go to each other's houses to celebrate like this, and it's hot as hell in South Africa.
Yeah, we bride.
And then you come, and then you come to this one.
Yeah.
It's the whole big deal.
Shebang.
If I tell you, all the time when November begins, Judith says, son, you need to go in the cellar and get the tree and get this and get this. All the stuff, I put them in the separate, the house is Christmas. Beginning of November, I mean, September, when?
End of October.
End of October.
Beginning of November, yeah.
It's a mess. I'm stressed because everything has to be Christmas in the house. Sia knows when he comes here, we dress up in a certain way for Christmas. And I'm like, my
Christmas.
goodness. If you come to my house now, and I'm accustomed to it now, I know that I have to decorate. The whole house is Christmas. Let me show you.
We already have the tree up.
I'll show you a little bit already there. There's a tree.
Wow.
There's Christmas everywhere. It's crazy.
Yeah, well,
That's the tiny bit. It's
amazing.
crazy.
Yeah. Look, but you're doing so well already that I'm sure it's going to happen for you next year. Yeah. Well, a lot of people who've made wishes on this channel, their wishes have come true. So
nice.
Yeah.
So it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. Delivered.